Hey everybody, welcome back to Praying Hands and Walking Feet, the channel where we're finding our way without a compass or a map. This is Tori, and I know I look a little bit laid up, but really I'm okay. My shoulder is just deciding to be stiff and a little bit of frozen shoulder, which has happened before, so don't worry about me. I'm good. But I wanted to pop on here real quick because having this experience of my shoulder kind of freezing again and me not really being able to use my left arm at all has reminded me why I am so passionate about raising kids who are independent. Why I'm so passionate about giving our kids these life skills, about taking the time to teach them when I can, even though it takes a lot of time and energy to teach them all these skills and to be independent and all of that. I'm reminded in times like this, when I can't do much, that this is why I put in all that time. This is why we take the time and the energy to teach them all of these skills. Because let me tell you, these last couple days, well, I have had my arm like this and my husband has been back at work. And so it's just been me and the kids here. I'm telling you, taking the time has been such a huge benefit because even though I couldn't do much, and honestly, I have napped for about 2 to 3 hours each day during the day because I have no energy. This is taking a lot of energy, and I know that rest is what will help me heal. So my kids have gone through their daily checklist with very minimal help needed from me, minimal reminders. They might have a question here or there, or I might need to remind them, that was your task yesterday, but this is your task today. But because we've taken the time to teach them how to do their daily checklist and their daily tasks, because I've taken the time in the past to teach them how to do the chores that I want them to do, it is simple now for me to go, okay guys, I didn't write Tuesday's chores on the checklist, so I need you to look at the list for what Tuesday's chores are and write it over there. No problem. They got it. Boom, boom, boom. They divvied it up. The chores are done. My floors are all clean. Everything's been vacuumed. The dishes continued to be done. And the big thing is because we have taken the time to teach our kids how to be in the kitchen, how to use all of the tools effectively, how to cut things, fruits, vegetables, all of that, how to cook on the stove, how to use the oven. Now, as a reminder, our kids are 12, 9, and 7. So I'm not having 4-year-olds do this unsupervised. But because we've worked with our kids in the kitchen and we've let them work alongside us for so long, and we've taught them the proper knife skills, and we've taught them how to put things in the oven, how to check the temperature of things, how to safely get things out of the oven, where do you put them when they come out of the oven? All of those things we've taken the time in the past to teach them. So guess what? The other day, I didn't have to make dinner feeling like this. I didn't have to do it one-handed. All I had to do was explain to my son, who's the oldest, I said, okay, you need to get the frozen chicken out, defrost it a little bit, and it's going in the crock pot. He did it all. I told him what spices to do, a little bit, a lot, because we don't really measure around here. Even though that's how I grew up cooking, we don't really do that anymore. It's just kind of a little shake here, shake there. He did that. And then when we got back later on that evening, he checked it to make sure it was cooking and all of that and that it was good. And then he and his younger brother made the cauliflower, which means that they had to cut it, they had to season it, they had to put it on the pan, they had to put it in the oven to roast it, they had to flip the cauliflower. And all of this I knew that they could do because we had taken the time before to teach them and train them in all of these skills. Now, if you think this is too much work and it's too hard and you are so nervous and worried about them being in the kitchen, what if they burn themselves? What if they cut themselves? I mean, it's not a perfect world. Haven't you ever burnt yourself cooking in the oven? Haven't you ever cut yourself with a knife on accident? Those things are going to happen. I'd rather them happen when I'm teaching them how to do this. And then I can teach them what to do if that does happen. So yes, our kids have accidentally burnt themselves taking a pan out of the oven, but they did it once. And we taught them what to do afterwards. And now they're way more careful when they pull things out of the oven. So it's not about preventing our kids from having any experiences or preventing them from danger or keeping them safe all the time. We really feel that it's about equipping our kids to live life. And now in instances like this where I can't do these things, it is so reassuring to know that the kids just step up and step in. They know how to do it. And I'm not having to teach them or walk them through it while I'm not feeling so great or while I'm in pain. And they can keep things going while I'm taking a nap, while I'm recovering. Because I don't know if you know, but this is not the only instance that I have had to just take a break and rest. I have to listen to my body fairly often. With endometriosis, there are days that I literally, the only thing that helps is to take a 2 or a 3 hour nap. And if I didn't have confidence that my kids knew what to do for stranger danger and to not open the door and to not go outside and all of that, knew how to make their lunch and feed themselves and all of that, knew what to do if they accidentally cut themselves a little bit or accidentally burned themselves while they were making their lunch, then I would be a hot mess and I wouldn't be able to rest. And that rest and relaxation is what my body needs to heal. So this is why we're so passionate here on our channel, sharing all of these ways that we are trying to teach our kids these skills so that they can become independent, so that they know what to do when we're not available. I know I joke all the time with our family and friends that my job as a mom is to work myself out of a job. But to be real, that's what it is. I know some people love to be needed and some people have a servant's heart and they love to just do for others. But we have found here in our house that it has served us and them so much better by equipping our kids with all of these life skills. So if this is something that you are feeling drawn to and that you want for your family, click subscribe below because we're going to continue to share some of these other ways and tips and tricks for teaching our kids these life skills and for helping to coach them and guide them toward independence, because that's what we all want, right? We want our kids, when they're old enough to leave our house and go out into society, to be a thriving adult. We don't want them to struggle. And so we decided a long time ago to start early, that all of this starts early. So if this is something that you're interested in, click subscribe because we're going to be sharing some more ideas and tips and tricks for training our kids up to be independent, successful, thriving adults once they leave us. Thanks for stopping by.